Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Crosskeys race. This is the 7-0 race between Goomba and Schulzer. I got Alkaline Ace and Sharky on comms for you with Toph and Sammy doing tracking. I'm your restreamer Tom Attack. I'm going to give it over to them because no one wants to listen to me. So, guys, all yours.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this final match for these players for the qualification phase of the tournament. So both players here are 7-0. So this match it doesn't actually have much importance for them. It just decides who is seed 1 and seed 2. So yeah. Today I'm here with my co-commentator Sharky.
Thanks,
And
Al. It's great to be here. So, for all of us guys, gals, and non-aligned pals, we are in for an exciting match today with two folks that beat literally everybody else so far they've seen. So, of the murderer's row of folks that joined this fine tournament, these two are on top, and this is going to be exciting.
Yeah. Getting 7-0 in this tournament is absolutely insane. Most players here are absolutely monsters at this game. So even getting 4 or 5 wins was very hard. So getting 7-0 is absolutely insane.
And one of them will end up with 8 wins, and I don't know if there's a trophy or a prize for that, but there really should be.
Well, the trophy is getting seed 1 in the next phase. Well, at least both players will not need to play the play-in race that is scheduled for all 6-2 players. So that's good for them.
Yeah, I would not want to face off against 16 of my closest friends here, but it looks like we're about to get started.
Yeah. So let's see where they start. Yeah, already different start. Ooh, and getting a sword super early is super good in Crosskeys. At least you can kill enemies, and there's some logical implications about this sword. Goomba is opting for the standard Crosskey start, which is getting Witch Hut entrance and quite a lot of money guaranteed at the start of the race.
Here's that Goomba is going to be going for a Houlihan room start, while Schulzer, on the other hand, has decided to just start clearing out Kakariko and see what entrances and what we can find.
Yeah. Well, when Sanctuary is in Kakariko, it's always good, so can definitely bank on that right now.
I'm always scared to follow connectors when it's somewhere that's far away from the village, so that makes sense. I believe Goomba just found the entrance to Meyer over in the potion shop.
Yeah. And Goomba is finding my magic pet already. So yeah, he will get his rupees and probably head to the village right now. Or at least the Lake Alia checks.
Picking up bombs on the tree pole, magic from the little thing that crawls under the bush, and finding a desert entrance at the top of Lost Woods. So
yeah, this is not a good spot for a desert palace entrance. But getting bombs early in Crosskeys is very important. There's a lot of items locked by bombs.
yeah, I want to say that Schulzer found a couple of bomb shops, but they've also found a few places where they can just pick bombs straight up off the ground, so that might not even be needed.
Yeah. Goomba finding the Maya shed with 2 chests. Well, that was not good items, but at least this entrance is off. It looks like the floating island is useless this game. Oh my god, an Eastern Palace already.
Eastern Palace deciding to take a small vacation from its usual spot, but still staying close to home. So,
Yeah.
Goomba's decided to go ahead and hop in here and see. Should be 4 different chests or checks that are available.
Oh, he will take all 4 of them. So Eastern Palace is one of the dungeons we hate to see early game usually, because it's 4 items and logic, but it's pretty slow to go back to later in the game. So not doing it 2 times actually saves quite a lot of time. But those checks are available from the start of the seed, so there's a high chance you get something good in them.
Ooh. So Schulzer is finding the lamp in the middle of desert, while Goomba has just found the cane of Burna in Eastern Palace. So
Yeah.
both our runners finding some early value here.
Yeah, and Schulzer just saw a nice rod on the torch of Desert Palace, so he gets a very good info out of it also.
Eastern.
Okay, this is insane. Getting a mirror super early in Crosskeys is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, this will open up a lot of checks and make it to where they don't need to death warp at all. So that'll be quite helpful.
Okay, so that's actually a very good set of starting items for both of them. Getting a sword, a lamp, and a mirror is one of the godlike startings in Crosskeys.
It's a little broken up because Schulzer is the only one that's seen Sanctuary so far, so Goomba's going through without a sword in order to make it through here, but still making short work of it because these are incredibly good runners.
Yeah, having Birna makes it pretty easy actually. Just use Birna on the second room and it's okay. Oh, this is super good for Goomba. Because when he will get to that Desert Palace, he will not isolate the big chest. Yeah, so Goomba will check his sanctuary right now. There's no reason not to.
So while Goomba picks up the sword, meanwhile Schulzer has just found in a different entrance in Kakariko the small key to Swamp Palace. So who do you think is having the better earlier start so far, Alka?
I think Goomba has a better start because he got a mirror in a super bad location. There's no way Goomba will miss his lamp. Oh yeah, this is good. He needed that second bomb if he wanted to not take the connector. But with Sanctuary just besides this, I could see him checking the connection with Paradox Lower.
With the mirror, this will be free to check this connection, and I always forget about this shop.
Yeah, this trap is very important when you are missing bombs in early Crosskey games, so it's good to remember about it. Most players are starting to remember its existence with the arrival of Shop Sanity to Randomizer.
It looks like Paradox Cave so far showing up with a big key to Thieves Town. Meanwhile, Schulzer has found where Uncle is hiding out, but I didn't notice anything of value there. However, next to Uncle is a high roll entrance, so we do have another dungeon we can run down.
This is a very bad spot for Hyrule Castle. This is not a trip you want to make a lot of times usually. Well, that could be worse. Okay, this is his turn big key, and it's in logic. So this one is good for Schulzer. So they both got a big key to the dungeon, the other player made. So
yeah, Goomba's picked up the desert big key now, and Schulzer's picked up the eastern big key. So
yeah. So now we can ask ourselves a question, which is, will Schulzer use this big key to just do the big chest and get his mirror besides it, or waiting to see if he gets a bow to go to Eastern Palace? Both plays are valid. So
I'm sure that just by sheer force of will, Schulzer will make the bow appear in Zelda's cell here and just completely not even make that a concern.
that would be super amazing.
Get some real heart of the cards specialness going on here.
Well, it seems his willpower was not enough to make a bow appear here. Oh, Goomba gets early bombos with this mirror, which is pretty good when you have already a sword to use it.
We're still hunting the Moon Pearl at this point on Goomba's side, on both of their sides actually.
Well,
the mirror will make this a
10
lot
minutes
more productive.
Yeah, 10 minutes into the game, that makes sense. Usually in Crosskeys, you don't want to find the Moon Pearl too early. Well, you already have the mirror, so you will be fine if you get the Moon Pearl right now. So yeah, with this connector and mirror, Old Man is currently available for Goomba, and when he will get his lamp, he will know it's in logic. So this is actually super good for him.
Schulzer finding 300 rupees in the back of in the Dark Cross room, and seems to be very happy about that finding.
He's super happy about that one. He did not farm Holy Hand Cave in this seed, right?
I don't believe that Schulzer did Hula Hand, no. So Goomba did, but Schulzer did not.
Hey, Pot Small Key. Pot Small Key is very good to find, especially the 1st, the 4th, and the 6th. Because those are the numbers for logical availability of check.
For those less familiar, some of these dungeons are very straightforward with their small key logic and what's available, and some are not, and Pod is one of the most complicated. Different chests are walled behind either finding your first small key, your bow, then 3 more small keys, and then some of them are hidden behind finding all 6. So, and sometimes that takes a very long time.
I think one of the hardest logics about small keys is Ice Palace, actually. Which is pretty funny because it only has 2 small keys.
Ice Palace has like at least 54 different ways of going down now that there's Icebreaker, there's the bomb jump, there's all kinds of different ways to go through that, and I'm pretty sure every different race I've done has been a lesson in what not to do, so I'm really looking forward to seeing when these two make it there and what decisions they take.
Yeah. So Goomba saved the old man, so now he has a new starting point. Actually 2. Which is very important in Crosskeys.
Sure.
And
Go ahead.
And Desert Palace is a green pendant. So the big key Goomba found might be completely useless, but well. Okay, this is a pretty good Saraswara. You get a big key to Era. You don't need the big key to beat the boss if you have the hookshot, but not isolating this big chest is very good. So you're always happy to find this. And finding a bottle before finding sick kid is illegal. This is too good.
Never quite heard it described that way, but that's very true. So Schulzer is now doing the back of escape, which I don't remember if we saw this on Goomba's side.
Okay. Goomba knows where Desert Palace is right now, so he will check the last entrance on the Death Mountain, and I assume he will go back to that desert through side, get his checks since he has a big key. Oh, he might do both first then. He has one small key. Okay, so what Goomba knows is that Pod is out of logic without a moon pearl. But there's no harm to get early checks, especially if you have one small key. And Desert Palace actually has 3 entrances. So you can have a moon pearl in Desert Palace with as the only entrance available a Dark World one, because you can exit from the other side of Desert Palace to get into the Light World to cancel your bunny, and that can be required for logic. So I think there's a high chance Goomba is doing Desert Palace just after these out of logic checks in Pod.
So the other thing that I'm noticing is that Goomba's first check in Pod was a lift upgrade, and that, I believe, opens up a lot more places that are so far all not in logic, so... Oh!
Yeah. The flippers are actually very huge, also.
What
so
are
Goomba knows that these items are out of logic right now. Moon Pearl completely locks these. Oh, he's not doing this not? Okay. He's probably hoping to find another desert entrance besides this one, then. So,
I want
yeah.
to say that the desert entrance that we saw was at the top of Lost Woods, so I'm not sure if that banks into this at all, but...
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
This will actually makes it better for Goomba. So, yeah, early glove helps to not isolate entrances, but there are not that many entrances locked by a glove. It's more Dark World access convenience usually.
Dark World without a connector is going to be gated either by both of the gloves or by glove and hammer, and we haven't seen either of the other two yet, but it's still very early, so...
Yeah, but we have seen a lot of connectors already.
Yeah, both of these runners making very short work of things.
Eastern Palace was Lake Alia shop, I think.
Yeah, it was one of the entrances just on the northwest side of Lake Hylia is what I want to say. I'm still learning some of the technology, or terminology, I should say. I just came back to this game after a couple years off for this tourney, so I feel like I'm getting a masterclass education today from these two.
Yeah, so Goomba finding Super Bunny lower with the mirror, which makes this connector not as painful as without any items. So, getting a Master Sword is good. Now you have a very good fighting power. Now, this is a turning point of the set for Schulzer. If he does Eastern Palace, he will be in a good spot. But he decides to leave it. So he's waiting for the bow, which could be good or could be super bad for him.
On how nice that bow is to us here in the next few checks.
I think this is a good choice with his information, because Eastern Palace is just near your spawn point. If you need to come back to it, it's easy to come back to it.
Goomba making a quick dip into Agate Tower here, which was on the east side of Light Death Mountain.
Yeah.
Without having any small keys, only getting the first. Sorry, go ahead.
So Goomba has 2 big keys for Pendant Dungeons, which is pretty yikes already. And he's finishing these checks in this mountain right now. I mean, why not?
There's a lot of entrances, and I think a few high-value things that we just haven't seen yet, so... Meanwhile, Schulzer is cleaning out the entrances in the Eastern Palace side of the world. I think this is the last one here.
Yeah.
And finding an item from the Ice Rod Cave.
Which is actually good. You need one small pod small to get this these flippers in logic, so you really like to see this. So Goomba will finish the village before going to Lost Woods. It's okay for him to not get his lamp right now. It just puts Old Man out of logic, but that's not that important for him right now.
Lamp's always one of those drops where every time I find it I go, wait, everything else wasn't in logic yet? So it'll be nice to show up early, even though I'm certain both of these runners do not need it at all.
At this point, you want lamp more to light torches than to travel. So okay, ice small is good. You want to have one ice small key before going to Ice Palace. And yeah, you always book is one more entrance, which will be pretty good when he will go to Desert.
Book will also open up the 2 tablets once Schulzer finds that second sword.
Yeah. So also, Goomba already has Master Sword and Mirror, which makes both tablets super easy to get to. There's a very high chance once Goomba get his book, he will go to tablets.
Have we seen access to Bombo's tablet yet? I feel like we've seen access to
Yes,
either already.
because we have access to Bumper Cave Top, so you can bunny walk to Bombo's tablet from there.
Oh, excellent point. Thank you.
Also, getting on the earliest sphere mirror makes K45 very suspect right now. So there's quite a lot of reason to go to Bombo's tablets.
I have seen Moon Pearl in Cave 45 before, so that does check out.
Yeah. So how about a Moon Pearl on Bombo's tablet then? That would just be evil right now.
I find that when it comes to logic and how some of these seeds go, it's often a love-hate relationship where stuff is laid out in a way to where I think the game hates me, but I still love playing it anyway.
Yeah.
Schulzer's found Agina's cave, I believe?
Yeah. And he gets his Schulzer small key. So yeah, I don't think there was any good checks locked by the small key, so not changing anything here.
The
Eastern Palace big key was not locked by the small key.
I want to say that that's only a big find when Sanctuary is in the pyramid, but I could be wrong.
No, that's also a big find when it's Lumberjack or Sanctuary and Smith when you don't have the required items.
That's a good point. Yeah, I was focusing on Ganon's tower being the blocker, but Aga Tower could also be a gigantic pain too. So it looks like Schulzer is finishing off clearing the south side of Light World by coming into the Desert Palace entrance.
Yeah, you find the you find the super early book. There's no reason to not do this.
And for our
Goomba
trouble,
finding his swamp small. Considering he already has flippers, this is super good for him.
Schulzer unfortunately finding only a piece of heart in the Desert Palace entrance, so back off to the races here. So I feel like Goomba has had much better luck with drops early. I'm just trying to figure out if Schulzer has any sort of an advantage when it comes to the amount of entrances that have been checked at this point, and how quickly this might end up catching the two of them up.
Actually, I don't remember seeing Ganon drop down already, nor Gakwell drop down, right?
I don't believe I've seen Ganon either. I want to say that...
Okay, Gakwell is at Lumberjack, apparently. So Ganon has to be on the pyramid at this point.
Oh,
so that makes... no, that's actually better. Because you don't need to take a gamble You don't need to take a gamble to kill... and to know if you have to do Ascension or not. Okay, so Sanctuary is their last chance to get this information. Hyrule Castle has been checked. This is done.
Yeah,
so Goomba getting his Ice Rod information, which is good.
Our trackers today are doing a wonderful job keeping us up to date on how things are going, along with the rest of chat. So thank you very much. We sound a lot smarter because of your hard work.
Yeah. So now that Goomba has this lamp, his spawn points are in logic, and now his glove and flippers are only locked by the moon ball. Okay, so very good for Schulzer. He will be getting this mirror, which is one of the most powerful items in Crosskeys, and which seems to be actually required to get to Pod. Well, actually no. You can just take a Desert Palace connector to go there.
I just found the well. Okay. Oh, had we seen the well at Lumberjack? I guess we.
Yeah. That was a well.
That's right. It was Sanctuary that was missing it. My bad.
So Goomba is doing this entrance that Schulzer cannot do at the moment, which is Cool Woods. That's actually super good. When Goomba will be able to get his Skullwood small key, he can finish this out of logic because he has lamp and at least one sword. But for now, he's just getting $20 out of it.
The Eastern Big Chest is also new information here, so...
Yeah. And it's just $50, so... that will not matter for Goomba.
Now, both of our runners have Zora money at this point, so that shouldn't be any sort of a major concern.
Yeah, but I don't know if Goomba wants to do it right now. He can do all those checks, so it's okay. But he does not have a Moon Pearl, so flippers. Since flippers are locked by them, the only check in logic is Zora. So if you're hunting for the Moon Pearl, Zora is not the best location to go. Vanilla Ganon is confirmed right now, so yeah, GT Ascension will be done by both players as soon as they can.
Goomba found flippers in, I want to say the, one of the one key checks in pod. So
yeah, and pod is locked by Moon Pearl. So if you hunt Moon Pearl, you do not follow flippers.
should also mean that Moon Pearl can't be in Swamp if I remember
yeah,
my
actually,
lessons right.
Zora is not even in logic because those gloves were in the same spot, so they are also locked by Moon Pearl. So absolutely no check in Zora region is in logic right now. Well, that's still easy items to get. So
Glove not doing much at the Light World shopping mall, but
well, there was this.
That's right. I don't think this was a small key, I want to say.
I think it was a small to Ice Palace, which is super good. No? Oh, it was Ivor Castle. That's So yeah, this small key is completely useless for him. Since he's exiting from Agina Cave, he's probably checking the entrance in the middle of the lake and taking the items. It's out of logic, but it's easy items, and you can full clear the region. If you get the Moon Pearl, everything goes into logic.
I assume we'll get a hobo check and maybe a check of the Zora area as well, since we're out here.
There's a chance you're not doing Zora area, because you can mirror from Catfish. But
well, Goomba jumping right in for it, it seems. Not picking up hobo instead.
Well, you can save and quit and do hobo from there. It's okay.
Alright, good point. See, I'm learning more the longer this goes.
Hobo is a pretty time-consuming check for an out-of-logic check.
That's an excellent point. That is a long swim, and if you have to swim on the way back, it's going to take double the time. So I want to say that there was just 300 rupees on the Zora ledge. So
that's correct. You can pick those. You can pick those if you want to have blood money. But it's definitely not necessary.
And Goomba deciding that will not be an issue here, even though he is down to only 19 rupees at this point.
Well, there's quite a lot of things to do. You need to find your Moon Pearl before using this spot money. So
there's plenty of time. You're right. Definitely.
Now he will be checking Spiral Cave Connector, which is one of the most hated entrances in the whole game, because it's slow and it's a connector. So if you have to take it because it puts you in a good location, you curse every Rondo God.
It's definitely quite a long walk for 20 bucks here, so the value is probably going to be if the connector goes anywhere for Goomba. And it does not.
Yeah, he might have known actually, because he probably checked this.
Oh, I'm
So,
sure.
oh,
Ooh.
this is actually important. That actually makes Desert Palace small. Yeah, this is in logic because Goomba got 2 swords and Schulzer has the book. So neither of the runner can pick it, but it's in logic.
Trying to remember where that second sword for Goomba came from.
He got it in Super Bunny Cave.
That's right. Yeah, Desert Small was on Ether Tablet, which neither of our runners can pick up yet. As
yeah,
said.
Since you have 2 swords, mirror, and book, this is super suspicious right now.
So I want to say that Schulzer found this connector that Goomba's going down, but I don't remember if he actually went down.
I think he did not take it.
So this could be some new information here. While Schulzer is cleaning up through the rest of. Well, hey.
Okay, this is super good. So Goomba will be able to do the entirety of Eastern Palace region, besides the pod region, which is extremely good. He will not need to pay for the pod entrance because he came out of it. So usually you don't like getting your Dark World access from pod, but in this situation, it's actually good.
Schulzer's already seen the light world sides of these entrances, but not spent any time on the dark world side yet.
Okay, at this point, I want Goomba to just finish the dungeon. It's a green pendant. And you know where Saraswara is. So it's 2 items. So Schulzer now knows that Desert Palace Small Key is currently in logic. So the question is, does he have does he want to consume like 2 minutes to get back to this Ether tablet to get this small key for only 2 checks? Also, just having the knowledge that Desert Small is in logic is super important. So yeah, Goomba does not know it, but what he is doing is currently in logic. Bjarna is actually super good against Land Molas.
Yeah, looks like Goomba made very quick work of it.
Yeah, so he got 10 arrows out of it. So let's hope for him that the Green Pendant has a good thing. Moon Pearl can actually be on Saraswara in this seed. So let's hope for this.
Now we've seen Sasha. Was it in the village or was it on Death Mountain?
I think it was in the village.
Okay. Then once these entrances are all checked, that should be a pretty quick trip back in order to find out.
Oh, it's on this mountain apparently. I misremembered. But yeah, Goomba might just want to wait for the book then, because he has not that much in this mountain left.
Finding an eastern Hyrule connector over on the dark side of Flute 5 did Goomba. So, and actually Schulzer might find that connector right now because it looks like he's checking the rest of the Hyrule Castle connectors.
Yeah. Oh, he will be able to check Agatowa entrance, which is new for us. And complete garbage. So unfortunate.
Yeah, he has all the health he needs, so that will not be useful, unfortunately.
There's actually a pretty good chance Goomba will go to top of the pyramid to mirror to get that last entrance.
Good point.
At the same time, he will pick his pyramid item, which is in logic.
Unfortunately, while the sick kid was hanging out at the top of Hyrule Castle, he was only hiding 3 bombs. So
yeah, and Goomba did not get this item yet. Or did he? I don't remember.
I think Goomba's tracker is showing 1 bottle, so I don't know.
He has a bottle. The question is, he checked that top of Hyrule super early.
Oh, that's right.
I don't remember if he had a bottle at this point. Well, this does not matter for him, but because he will just do it if he did not.
Yeah, either way, we're gonna find out in the next minute or 2 here.
I'm more interested about this pyramid presenting item because it's in logic, and it's just 3 bombs. So there's a pretty good chance Goomba is saving pushing after this. So Schulzer is doing Desert Palace right now. He has everything to do it. He did not get the Desert Small, but he knows where it is, so he knows it's in logic. So I like this play.
I also think this is a good play. I'm not smart enough to metagame some of these things, so you see something, you clear it, and it does have the green pendant behind it, so we're still waiting to see what Sasha may be hiding as that 4th item.
Yeah. If you find tablets suspicious, you have to find Desert Palace suspicious, considering where the small key is. Seems like Goomba will be able to pick his book pretty soon. So that will give him more incentive to go back to Death Mountain.
Yeah, it feels like we found a lot of information and a lot of entrances, but very few items so far.
Actually, super surprised, we did not find a single Total Rock entrance. This is the insane part of this race right now.
Just wait for all 4 of them to be in the mire area. That's what the troll I'm expecting today.
That would be amazing. Yeah, okay. Good for Goomba. He will be getting Ice Small Key here. So now you're just an Ice Palace big key and a hammer away from Ice Palace full clear. Because you already have Bombos and a glove.
Yeah, it looks like we're still farming our checks out and trying to see what else we can find right now.
So Schulzer, no surprise, he's getting this Desert Small. He knows Desert Right is in logic. And turning in Green Pendant at the same time? Good.
Yeah, this is a very efficient check here.
Well, it seems we are not very healthy in this seed. We only have 5 hearts at 42 minutes in the seed, which is very low.
Granted, with these runners, that's probably 4 hearts more than they need, but I'd be terrified right now trying to do all this stuff with such little health.
To be honest, yeah, this is a dream. And Goomba is going right into it at this moment. Yeah, this is what we hope to see. Everybody here.
That's amazing.
Schulzer is just saying no with his head. So yeah, Goomba learning that his green pendant is actually in logic. So absolutely no way he's keeping Sarsaparilla right now. So actually both players got the Moon Pearl at the same time. This is insane.
Yeah, just within a minute of each other, I want to say.
Yeah. So now Goomba can decide to go back to Pod if he wants to. It's just there. He has to go back to Dark World. He has one more key than last time. And can do Mimic Clip. I don't think he did it earlier in the seed.
No, I don't.
Also has 2 keys, so he will be able to do the same things.
Yeah, Goomba did not go through the bow-locked side of Pod as far as I can remember. These next checks that Schulzer's looking at, because the randomizer wants you to do the worst possible things with your keys and still be in logic, are not technically supposed to be available, but these are top runners. They've got this.
Well, Goomba just got a flute out of Desert Palace small key. I really hope Schulzer goes back to Desert Palace after finishing Pod, because yeah, that flute is looking pretty good right now. So Schulzer got Skirward's big key out of his out of logic checks. So at least he will be able to full clear the Skullwoods area until he finds the Fire World. Goomba, now that he has a Moon Pearl, is going to check more Dark World stuff. While Schulzer finds the Swamp Palace big key. And Skullwood small key. Skullwood small key is good for dungeon navigation. But the 2 big keys he got are actually completely disappointing. Like, this is something you don't want to see.
The Skullwood's big key is, I believe,
and the Swamp's
just
big key, yeah.
Yeah, so those are just single checks for big chests. Not nearly as special as some of the other things we could find.
Yeah, and considering where they are in logic, it's not even good.
4 pod and 6 pod keys back. Yeah, those are definitely trailing towards the end. But Goomba has found mini Moldorm caves, so we've got some hope for some nice items here.
Yeah, like a Turtle Rock big key, which is looking pretty good.
Yeah, based on our map check so far, I believe there's only a 1 in 7 chance that Turtle Rock big key is not required, so...
Yeah. This is super good. Even if it's a pendant, it's actually super good, because Turtle Rock has a lot of things that can be locked by the big key. It's definitely the strongest big key in the game. It locks Trinex, it locks the big chest, but it can also lock Crystal Water Room and Laser Bridge checks. So there's no way it's not the most powerful big key in the game.
Goomba is finding all of the 5 treasure entrances now.
Yeah, super good. And his third pod small, so not going to pod will actually pay him in the long game. While Schulzer is finding Tower of Hera, which is one of the dungeons we have to find. Oh, Goomba got his bow. He will just go back to Eastern Palace super soon now.
Wow. I did not see if there was anything in the bottom of Tower of Hera over on Schulzer's side.
Yeah, I don't think he got anything of value there. But well, Goomba. Now that Goomba has a bow, he will probably just want a hammer before going to pod. Blue mail is okay. This is not a very good item, but at least you can play. You can play more aggressive.
Yeah,
So-
they found 2 more hearts in the 3 minutes since we talked about how they didn't have many hearts. So it's a good sign.
Yeah, seems like having a moon pearl helps to get more items faster. Goomba will be checking, I think, Dark Shopping Mall right now. Yeah, it's 3 entrances. There's no way you're not doing this.
Meanwhile, Schulzer with Master Sword Spins is making very quick work of Moldorm, finding only a piece of heart for his work.
I was very scared for Goomba right now. If he take this, oh my god.
And here's GT.
It's actually not. It's actually not a lot of items here. It's only 2 items because you're missing a lot of shit. But
no cane to go east, and no hammer to go west, and no boots.
And no big key to go top. If you have the big key, you can go top already.
Schulzer finding the hookshot cave in the meantime, but not being able to check any of the chests in it.
Yeah. So at least Goomba knows where GT is, which is very important. And he gets another connector out of here, which is also very important.
And very impressive high five here as Schulzer comes out of the hookshot cave as Goomba's going into it.
Okay, so Goomba does not care about this connector at all, it seems. Maybe... Yeah, there's a high...
We're getting a catfish check here?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to do this now, because if you don't do it now, this entrance and catfish will be completely isolated. But not doing hookshot cave connection is pretty awkward, because this can be the access to Turtle Rock ledge, and you have the mirror. Oh, he saw the other end. Okay, that makes sense then. There's no reason to do it if you know both sides. Yeah. Schulzer finally finding this Maya. Still cannot do anything in it, because no hookshot and no boots.
Schulzer decided to not go with the Houlihan start, so that was brand new information here. 50 minutes in, finally making it back to the witch's hut. Sorry, that's the potion shop.
Yeah, Goomba will be getting this new entrance, which is Hera for him. So he will be getting this pendant and this mail. Also, Goomba actually has the Hera small key here, so he can do this one more check, which could be super important. It could even be a hammer.
Oh my. I think that would probably be one of the worst case scenarios for Schulzer if there's a hammer or maybe even boots down here.
Any item really. Iron Rod, hammer, Somaria, boots, hookshots. Ice Rod is on a Desert Touch.
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
I missed that.
Any of those items it absolutely destroys his seed.
So Schulzer cleaning out Zora, finding only a piece of heart and 300 rupees and picking up neither of them.
Meanwhile, Goomba's going to give us the
Blue Rupee of Shame. Yeah. Goomba nearly leaving his era, but yeah, you can full clear it. There's no reason not to do it now.
So being up this close, do you think there's any chance that Schulzer makes a dip into Skullwoods at this point, or holds off until
100%.
later for that?
100%. He has a big key. There's no reason to not do it right now. You can wait for the Fire Rod, but Skullwoods at this point is 6 checks for him. Schulzer missed Ice Palace entrance. Okay, that's super bad for him. Ice Palace has a very high chance of being required in this seed, so you do not want to miss it. Maybe he's doing it now. Let's just hope.
Which entrance was Ice Palace again?
This one, I think.
Okay, then we're safe. We're in the clear. Oh, we're not.
Oh, finally Turtle Walk. Yeah.
I feel like Goomba must have found that Turtle Rock entrance.
Yeah. Okay, that was one of the Skullwood. So Ice Palace is a Lightward Bumper Ledge. Okay, so that's the top of it. So this is locked by a connector, right?
That makes a lot of sense. So this won't be in logic if Schulzer decides to, and yeah, they are going forward to go ahead and take out
well,
at this point.
You know how to do it because this bomb jump is completely free. You have a Master Sword, which is which is a very good weapon to do it. You can kill all the mummies with bombos. You already have the small key, and you have a 6 chances out of 7 to have to do it anyway. So there's no reason to skip it.
Excellent point.
Yeah. Goomba not going to ice yet. And he's not doing Skullwoods yet. Well, it makes sense. It's not in logic. And he already did the one chest. And since he knows Ice Palace is on top of it, he will be able to do both one after the other.
Even with this low health, Schulzer seems to be making quick work of Mothula so far.
Yeah, this is a good fight. Oh yeah, Goomba getting the laser bridge. So we're getting a lot of items right now.
Yeah, I want to say Schulzer still has the Blind's hut to pick up somewhere just to the east of where they are now. And then coming back to Village of Outcasts will mean a bunch of these items as well.
Yeah. Goomba will use Birna for this last chest because he does not want to waste this ferry right now. Yeah, he's going into Skullwoods right now. And he doesn't have the big kill. So this could be huge.
Yeah, after a lot of time with much divergence between the two, they're kind of getting close to the same place now.
They are actually super close.
If Schulzer decides not to go down the catfish route and decides to go back west instead, they'll be probably within a minute of each other, I think.
Yeah, Schulzer did more off-pod, but Goomba has more information. That's it.
And yes, because Fire Rod hasn't been found, that Mothula fight was technically out of logic, but
it's completely out of logic. We need one more Skullwood Small and a Fire Rod. This is why Goomba did not do it. Goomba will check ped right now, because you already have 2 pendants, so might as well get the information out of it. Okay, he's completely dead. Well, don't be that sad, chat. Green pendant was required for Moon Pearl. Is that not enough for you?
are you not entertained? Just teasing. We love you, chat. Yeah, so Schulzer is coming back to Laser Bridge here.
Yeah.
Right between Village of Outcasts and Skull Woods. So
yeah. Chat, you got green pendants and GT climb. That's actually super good. And there's a high chance we are getting Aga climb too, because this is Kakariko well. So 5 checks.
this may be one of those wondrous oops all dungeons seeds.
Well, not all dungeons since Ped is dead now, but there's a high chance we are doing the last pendant anyway. We know we need boots, at least. Well, no, we are not sure, but there's a very high chance we need boots, because Ice Rod on Desert Palace Torch.
Yeah, unless that last pendant is Turtle Rock, then that Ice Rod is definitely going to be required. So, still hunting for Hammer, still probably hunting for Boots. Cane of Samaria still out there, Fire Rods, Hookshot. There's still tons of value to be found today. Definitely strap in for a thrilling race here.
Yeah. So seems there's nothing in this Skull Woods right now, so Outcast it is now. We still don't have the hammer, so we are isolating some checks here. We are getting a second bottle.
I learned from watching another runner last week that if you throw the bee at the bottle merchant, he actually throws 100 rupees at you.
Isn't it a golden bee? You have to flow it, I think.
You know, I don't know, but that still just boggles my mind.
I missed what. Oh my god, this is boots. I missed what was in Skullwood's big chest. It's Ita. Okay, Ita is not. There's a very low chance Ita does something for the race, but there's a chance. But Goomba found Boots, so I think he's happier finding Boots than he would be finding Ita.
And from the look of it, Schulzer will be finding Boots very shortly after.
Yeah, and we are getting a red from Zelda Speedruns 2. So yeah, for the new chat people, we are actually on 1 hour into the 7-0 match of the Crosskeys tournament for A Link to the Past Randomizer. So this is a very hype match between the top 2 players of the tournaments currently. And Schulzer is finding Boots right now. So both players can pick their Ice Rod right now if they want to, which will be good when they will be able to kill Trinex.
And Schulzer is just a few checks behind where Goomba is right now, though Schulzer has cleared out a out of logic Mothula. So both of these players are very close, and this is really anybody's race right now.
Okay, this is Silver's.
Oh my.
So Ganon will be a complete joke. And Vitros will also be a complete joke. The Silvers are actually better against Vitros than they are against Ganon. This is absolutely stupid.
We will not have to worry about Marathon Master Sword Silverless today. Tempered and Buttered could still show up pretty easily, but Master Sword Silverless is definitely the longest final marathon by far.
For those asking, yes, this is a Vanilla Brothers entrance. Only on one side, but it is completely Vanilla.
I missed that. That's hilarious. We're getting our Bombos tablet checked now.
Oh my god! Both tablets were actually required. This is absolutely insane.
Remember, kids, always pay attention in English class because literacy will take you everywhere.
Yeah. Especially because one tablet locks the flute and the other tablet locks the hookshot. So yeah, travel items.
Did they have Reading Rainbow where you grew up, Alka?
No.
It was a kids' TV show where they used to say that as long as you read books, you could go literally anywhere in the world. And it really feels like that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, that might be the case here.
Take a look. It's in a book. We're reading Rainbow.
So,
sorry, I'll stop singing now. Go ahead.
So now there's a high chance Goomba will go back to Hookshot Cave pretty soon. Hookshot Cave seems like a very good check right now. Now at this point, you're hoping for Hammer very soon. If you get Hammer, you can do the left side of GT. And since Hookshot Cave is at the same spot, you can do both at the same time, which is super good.
We've got a literal sync here, as they're both doing the exact same check at the exact same moment.
Yeah, but and this is a Vanilla Bomb Shop. So this confirms that Turtle Rock is a crystal, so we need this Ice Rod. Hooray!
So that means that the boots that we picked up were in fact required.
Yes.
Excellent to know.
And this is a required big key, because Ganon is Vanilla in this seed. So both runners will be picking it right now. And in fact, GT Ascension is actually in logic. So there's the chance a runner will be doing it soon. We can do Eastern Palace. I think Goomba will be doing it shortly. Yeah. Goomba has 2 items to pick from there. Schulzer only 1 item and the crystal, so yeah.
At this point, just looking over keys, I think the main thing we don't know is which is the blue pendant, because if pendant is pod, we're not really waiting on any more big keys, I don't think.
Yeah, this is true, but we could be waiting on a 5th stone small. Actually, we still have not found 5th stone in this seed, which is pretty scary because there's a high chance 5th stone is required. So.
Oh, that's a big point. That's a big point. Schulzer hasn't picked up the hookshot yet.
Yeah. Schulzer does not have hookshot yet, and even yeah, he also he's still missing that flute. Like Goomba has this flute for like 25 minutes now. So it was desert right side.
I got so excited for the sync I completely missed that they hadn't done all the same checks.
Okay, so Skullwood's big key is now in logic. So this eater is now in logic. You can't do anything with it because we do not have access to Mayer area and we don't have hammer to open Turtle Rock entrance. So even if eater can open those, we do not have the items to do it.
I believe we would also need a second lift upgrade to reach those pegs, right?
Yeah, we also need this.
Okay.
Mix will open Mayer area for Goomba, so he will be pretty happy if he finds them. So Goomba is not going to GT, he's doing Hobo right now.
Probably will decide to save and quit and then head somewhere else after.
Yeah, and there's no chance Schulzer will be missing his hookshot right now. So good for him.
Hobo having the always important compass to Eastern Palace. Glad we found that person. Meanwhile, Schulzer does now have his hookshot, so I think flute is the primary differentiator between the two of them, unless I've missed something.
Yeah, I agree with this. So Goomba going to his hookshot cave right now and picking up his 5th small key to pod. So if he gets hammer, he can full clear pod. Yeah, this is super
Speak of the devil.
There was a high chance. Okay, Argatora's small key is good. So, the other side of Hookshot Cave is actually near GT, so Goomba will just do left side GT right now. He has GT big key, so he can also do GT Ascension, which is completely required in this scene. So, Goomba is in a very good spot right now. Because he will get back the time he spent in he did not spend in pod.
Schulzer has now found the Ice Palace entrance, but decides not to dive it with Bombos, and instead is heading elsewhere.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have hammer. Since hammer is not in Ice Palace, this is good for him.
I want to say that the GT entrance and one of the Hookshot Cave entrances are both in the Dark Shopping Mall.
Okay, you have 6 spot malls. So, no way it's not a crystal, right?
Feels likely at this point. I think you're right. There's no way they show up that soon if it's not somewhere we have to go.
Hammer will not be in Ice Palace because Goomba has hammer.
Yeah, Goomba found hammer in the
Hookshot Cave.
Hookshot Cave.
Yeah.
Which Schulzer has seen but has not been back to yet.
Well, he just got the hookshot. That makes sense.
Yeah, they high-fived a while back where one of them was coming out of GT and the other one was coming out of the cave.
Yeah. And they high-fived again in Eastern Palace. Okay, pot big key. And Fire Rod. And Temper Sword.
Good lord.
Okay, this GT has a lot of things. So, now you're missing Somaria. and you're in fifth turn entrance go mode. So some area and fifth turn entrance. That's it. That's what we are missing. Everything else is completely useless, I think.
That was an amazing rando room.
Yeah, and it's not even in logic. You are missing two GT smalls. Goomba is probably extremely happy about this one. So, if Somaria ends up being in the next checks, I think this is a pretty jet seed.
So what's the best likelihood for Schulzer at this point? Is it that Kane is inside Meyer here?
Well, that's actually the only thing that can save him, because Goomba is only hunting for Kane at this point in items.
And there's a butter sword too, so GT having all the swords today.
Yeah. So this will, how do I say it? Reject the theory that Swamp always has a sword.
Very well put, sir. Thank you. I mean, this seed also kind of put to bed the idea that Eastern can never have good stuff in it at the start of a seed either, so...
Yeah. Well, the rest yesterday had Moonpearl in the same chest as Mirror in this seed. And Eastern Palace Big Key in Eastern Palace Big Key chest.
Wow.
Which was absolutely amazing. So yeah, Eastern Palace is actually looking very stacked in the last races.
I want to say that Goomba has a fairy in a bottle here. I don't know if he'll need it whatsoever, but
yeah, he has it.
3 out of 7 hearts to make the GT climb is my stomach would be in knots right now.
Yeah, but he has Blue Mail, Gold Sword, Silvers, and Birna. There's no way he's not finishing this Ascension right now.
That is so true.
Okay, that was a good.
Schulzer about to pick up his hammer now.
Yeah. So, not that far. He also has the Skullwars Crystal, so that's one thing he has that Goomba does not.
Yeah, he's definitely got a little bit of time banked against Goomba, but Goomba has already found some very important items here, so...
Goomba has fruit. That's it. That's super. That's too good. This will help a lot getting back to Pod, for example. Well, Goomba will have to... will probably full clear Pod if he does not find Somaria here. Same thing for Swamp. At this point, he's hunting for 1 item, maybe 2.
Yeah, I don't think I noticed anything that was very important in that Meyer dive, so...
There's nothing in Maya.
Unfortunate.
Even if it was a key, it would be useless at this point. Yeah, Ice Palace Big Key is the last we could have needed, so...
Between the 2 players, we found all of the big keys now.
Goomba is actually looking for a Turtle Rock small key. He did not get a single one in the game. He needs it. Oh, do not die, Goomba.
That was almost
not
tragic.
He has a fairy in the bottle, so it's okay. But it's pretty wasted.
Just trying to give us all a little heartburn here.
Yeah, there was a Turtle Rock small in my yard, so that actually matters. But there was another Turtle Rock small that Schulzer picked. I don't know where, but he picked another one.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't remember where either of those Turtle Rock Smalls are.
So at this point, now you're just hoping for Somaria in Caquel. If you are a sadistic person.
You don't have to be sadistic. You're just hoping for more rando to watch, because this is such a fun match to see.
Yeah. Can't disagree on this one. Goomba doing Agatu, while Schulzer is doing the true hype room of the Seed. Even the $300 is good. There was not a single bad chest. No doubt that Schulzer is super happy about this. Goomba is having some difficulties against Agatu.
It's definitely just a little bit of minor frustration, but you can see the sword swipes from Goomba.
Yeah.
Feels like he's probably not happy with that shot placement.
Yeah. I think Goomba is in a good pace to win this game, and if he wins this, it will be a huge part of this will be the flute. It will just help a lot with routing.
If we find a lift upgrade soon, and then we find something that's in the mire area, like another one of those smalls, or actually now we know that mire is the last of the pendants.
Yeah.
So
this makes Schulzer dip in mire actually better. Because there's very low chance he has to come back there. Oh yeah, that's good. You had to find the dam too. So Goomba is now hunting for Fistown. So at this point, you know that more than you have more than a 50% chance that Fistown is in Maya area. Right?
So I want to say, yeah, it's either Mire area, it's the Vanilla Turtle Rock entrance, maybe it's in Mimic Cave or something along those lines, or if we find a lift upgrade, it could be the Vanilla Ice Palace entrance?
Yeah. I'm also betting that Turtle Rock left entrance is on Turtle Rock Ledge. At this point.
It always feels like at least one of those Turtle Rock entrances is one of those weird things that are only accessible by a connector.
That's actually the reverse for me in experience. I always find Turtle Rock left and right, and the Turtle Rock upper and lower are not accessible without connection in Turtle Rock. So both experience exists.
Rando has so many different ways that it can come after you, so...
Yeah, Goomba is picking that Ice Rod right now. Then he will probably mirror and go back to Pod. He has everything to do in Pod. So... I'm willing to bet that Goomba will be doing the right side of Pod, then the boss. And after this, only the rest of Pod.
Given every
that was
key,
unfortunate. That's
Oh.
an unfortunate arrow for Schulzer. 2 times in a row. Yeah, not even doing right side like a... Oh yeah. Oh okay. He's doing it with bigger chest. That makes sense.
Start with the vanilla big key, go through the bow area, I assume, and then clear out the right side.
Yeah. Okay, this is useless. If Somaria is here, well, no, you're hoping for meats more than Somaria at this point, because there's a high chance, because you want to bank on this flute.
Schulzer
I think
is,
Goomba, I think Goomba saves some time in his ascension. But Schulzer will get back all of this time if his Agatu fight is better than Goomba. Oh yeah, the second castle tower small.
So I'm trying to remember if the Aga climb was actually required in this seed or not.
It's not
feel-
required, but it's 7 items. So there's a high chance you're just doing it for check density.
Okay, so yeah, there's 5 items in Lumberjack, and then we still haven't seen the second chest for.
Yeah, so it's 6 items. But yeah.
I want to say the first check was just a map to somewhere.
Yeah. I don't remember it being good. To me, this is the worst Aga position. Oh, he has 2 hearts. He has to be careful about this. Oh.
Although that
Okay,
was
his Aga fight was super good.
yeah, that went a lot better than Goomba's did.
Yeah.
Which,
He got back all the time he lost on the ascension. He might even have gotten a better global ascension time. That's true, Lin, but no, actually, Andy would not, because Goomba is missing a Turtle Rock small key. He needs one. Well, you're still missing 5th town entrance. So you're at least hunting for 5th town entrance. Half magic is nice.
it is nice to see. It's unfortunately not going to bring us any closer to finishing the seed, but that's a great safety to find, especially with Trinix still on deck.
Yeah. I think you have no entrance available without meats now. Oh, that's Graveyard Ledge, maybe. I don't think we have a runner did a Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, our wonderful tracker's keeping us honest on not only which items are still to go, but which entrances are still available. So please, when you have a moment, give them a follow, because they really deserve the support. Commentators, maybe. Alka's doing a wonderful job today.
While my co-commentator is doing it also, so...
You're too kind.
At least I'm not alone on this. Because 30 minutes before the stream it seemed like it would be me alone. Goomba is finishing pod right now. But Schulzer is doing new checks for us.
Yeah,
Let's see if he skips the left side.
We have not seen anything out of Swamp from either of these runners yet, so still waiting to see if something big jumps out at us. And at this point, I'm just thankful that my co-commentator does not wish that he had done this seat alone after the last hour and a half. So we should have plenty of fun here. It looks like Schulzer's going to go for a bomb-based diver down here.
Yeah, you don't have Somaria, so you have to do bomb-based. And that's quick. He has all 3 medallions. And the Turtle Rock Small. There's a very high chance Goomba is going to swamp now that he has a big key. So Goomba will will be getting this Turtle Rock Small, which is super important for him.
Yeah, Schulzer has found 3 out of the 4 Turtle Rock Smalls, but I believe that Goomba has not found any of them yet, so...
Yeah. Well, we'll see when he gets into it.
Schulzer has seen the Ice Palace entrance much
Yes.
later than Goomba did, but...
He has seen it now.
I have got to learn how to do that Agus start. Always just blows my mind when you hold out the sword and everything just melts away.
It's actually a hook dash. You have to hold sword and hook shot and tap boots at the same frame. It's something like this. It's hard to do, but it's not it's not that hard. It's just a dance. You have to get a rhythm out of it.
Thank you.
So you have to hold sword and tap the other 2 buttons. So you're actually tapping 3 buttons at the same time. Goomba getting the crystal Schulzer did 30 minutes ago.
That butter sword making quite a bit quicker work of Mothula at this point.
Okay, this is a very big gamble from Schulzer, I think. He's not doing the crystals available, he's just doing Agatora. He already has done Eastern Palace, but he has Pod and Ice Palace to do. So I'm very surprised he's willing to commit to Agatora before committing to Crystal Dungeons.
Without Flute, he may feel his options are a bit less, and he's just going straight to whatever's the most dense thing left.
Yeah, but Flute might not be required. You might just need meats and that's it. But yeah.
I'm also curious if Ice Palace at this point is hiding any of the mandatory items we're waiting for.
At this point, I'm betting on Somaria in Ice Palace.
On Cold Stare, probably, just to mess with us the most.
Ice Shield Room. That's worse.
Oh.
Yeah, Goomba going to Swamp. There was no way he was not doing Swamp. Now the question is, will Goomba do left side Swamp? If you feel you have the execution advantage, you probably don't want to isolate checks, especially if you know you are hunting for meats at the same time. Right?
I think that makes sense. I'm just trying to imagine thinking you have an execution advantage in the 7-0 match. That's an incredible... Well, they're both incredible.
Well, that would be bold, yeah. Left side... What you have to know about left side Swamp is that if you do the diver down and you have boots, you commit 110 seconds... 110 seconds to do 2 checks. But the good thing about it in Crosskeys, instead of vanilla rando, is that it's guaranteed 2 checks. It's not 0 or 1 or 2, it's guaranteed 2. Also, you need more things in Crosskeys than in vanilla rando. So it's more valuable checks.
There's no need to worry that you're going to find the map and the compass here on the left side after all that extra work.
Yeah, and if you skip the left side Swamp, you cannot do diver down anymore if you have to come back to it. So you make the check longer. So skipping it and doing it are both fine decisions, I think. Here, Goomba is missing at most 2 items now. Got the Turtle Rock Small now. So, yeah, I can understand the decision.
So at this point, I think the main difference is the time that Goomba spent going in to take down Helmasaur.
Yeah. Which is huge. Oh, he nearly went into the hole. That would have been super unfortunate. Why do you save and quit here? If you are good, I don't understand this. It was actually faster to go back from the castle, I think. Yeah, but you mirror and you go from Hyrule Castle to Lumberjack Tree, right? That saves you a save and quit.
You know, I haven't timed this out, but I feel like you're probably right. So now we're getting our lumberjack checks here, and if Kane,
this could be huge.
If Kane is here, then this is a big deal.
No, Mitz is also a big deal.
Agreed.
I think you have to get Mitz to go to 5th town.
Powder and shovel.
Okay.
Well,
now your highest priority is banking on those 2 checks, hoping that your progression is there. Because if not, you just got a 5-minute delay with your opponent.
Do you like to find a fetch quest?
Yeah, Schulzer is getting his fruit right now. No? Oh no, he's still not getting it. Oh no, he's getting Ice Rod first. Okay, that makes sense. There's Ice Rod here. Goomba is going to Ice Palace, which is obviously the best decision. It's a crystal, so do it.
Yeah, will not be able to Icebreaker, but can still Ice Palace Bomb Jump and make short work of this.
Yeah, what you want is what we want the most in Ice Palace is not the Somaria, it's the small key and the big key. Okay, Schulzer is very sad about this fruit because he could have gotten it ages ago, and he knows it. And the Herba Small is also probably heavy on his mind because
we know it's only worth getting a lunch sandwich, but he doesn't know if it's the right fetch quest out of all these fetch quests.
Yeah, there's a chance Schulzer will do it, and if he does it, he gives 60 seconds to Goomba free, maybe more than this. I never timed the Hera BK chest. Also, he has to go to the back of pod again, which will consume some time.
That's right, because did not have the pod big key. The first
Not only
time.
the pod big key, he's also missing the harmless Elway.
Good point.
Yeah. Yes, if Somaria is in BK chest, it would be funny. But I like Ice Steel Room better, because Ice Steel Room is just worse. Ice Steel Room is the garbage chest of Ice Palace for me.
Definitely taking out some frustrations on that one Stalfos there.
Well, yeah. We all hate this Stalfos.
Why throw one pot at it when you could throw 3?
Okay, so BKHS is garbage. That's it. Both players have 5th town small, so that's good. Yeah, Goomba is doing Ice Steel Room. If you go from there, you're doing Ice Steel Room.
I think on Goomba's side, this is going to be the biggest new information is, can we find Mitts or can we find Kane here? In Ice
Either
Palace.
item is important.
I'm struggling to think, unless one or both are on these fetch quests that Schulzer has, where else they might be.
Left side swamp.
That's right, neither of them tried left side. There was a race earlier in the tournament, I think it was Orange and Andy, where left side swamp was something and had, I guess, everything they needed in order to finish it off.
Well, my last race had Eastern Palace Big Key in left side swamp, and I won because I checked it, and my opponent did not. So, yeah.
Well done.
I'm biased with left side swamp. It actually has good items in Crosskeys, so I often do it.
Yeah, I took a few years off from Rando and then came back 2 weeks before the tournament, so I don't feel like I'm smart enough to make those big-headed plays and just clear everything in front of me. So,
that's a way to win.
I absolutely respect those plays of, left side swamp or any of these single checks. So, enough about me. We've got Helmasaur against Cold Stare.
Yeah. That was a super good Helmasaur fight. Cold Stare was not ideal, but was still very fast. So, Goomba got a whole lot of crap and garbage in Ice Palace. So he might just go ahead and do Agatowa now. There's a very high chance he's doing it now.
This has suddenly gotten really dicey because feels like one of these fetch quests might have something more now.
Or left side swamp. But if it's left side swamp, both runners will feel bad. Goomba still did not check Maya items. I think Schulzer has a lot of isolated checks right now.
I feel like that's correct.
But Goomba has big areas not checked, like Maya and Agatowa plus Kakwel.
It's really going to come down to just which one of these checks happens to be the right one.
Yeah. Goomba will get this. Oh yeah, Goomba will get the Eater right in this big chest, but will also get the Skullwood's back entrance. If it's 5th town, it's extremely huge.
We haven't seen that yet. You're right.
This is probably the last entrance at this point.
It's amazing.
Yeah, there's another thing that can happen. You can get Somaria, so you're able to full clear Turtle Rock, and use Somaria to go to Turtle Rock left side that we never see, that we have never seen in this game. And there's a high chance Turtle Rock left side puts us on the Turtle Rock bridge. Yeah, 5th town.
And there it is.
Okay, so meats are crap. That's it. Meats are crap. Meats are garbage, completely useless. So now every player that is a god at hovering is in go mode, but I don't think any of those players are gods at hovering, so they will probably need this Somaria.
We're getting a magic bat check from Schulzer now.
Yeah, this is a big check. This is very important. Okay, this is garbage. And he already did the shovel, so Agatowa is a whole lot of crap. And Goomba is in go mode.
Oh my.
That's it. That's the seed. Yeah. So this is decided by who finds 5th town first.
I'm sorry for the quietness. I'm just in shock right now.
I'm actually not shocked at all. There's nearly nothing left. There's left side swamp and this fifth town. There's a whole lot of nothing left.
I just assumed that we were going to find the next piece to go even deeper into a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good seed. Well, yeah, there's a very high chance meats are just in TR right now. They could even be here in Fifth Town. Like you can get your vanilla meats or your meats on a blind, but you will never see it because both runners will be in go mode at this point.
Yeah, Goomba has picked up 2 of those Turtle Rock small keys that he was missing earlier, so...
yeah, and he has laser bridge entrance. There's no way he's missing his.
Yeah, this must be go mode at this point.
This is 100% go mode. Laser bridge was easy in this seed. It's so go mode that Goomba does not open a single chest in the dungeon.
I mean, now that he's found Kane, what's the point, right?
Yeah. Goomba is looking at 150, I think. And which is crazy good.
That's over an hour faster than my fastest time in this tourney. So, yeah, this is amazing work from both of you.
I'm pretty sure I would have gotten a 2-hour seed if I did not forfeit my match against Megawatts, because Megawatts killed me with a 1 hour 26 minute seed.
26 minutes?
Yeah, 1 hour 26.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Finding a big 20 on blind and
yeah, the 7th crystal. The 6th one, yeah, he has to do Turtle Rock. Oh, Schulzer is keeping the right side checks of Ice Palace. I don't agree with this.
Must be thinking that because he did Aga and nothing came of it that he's behind, so what's left to gamble on? But it's just unfortunate. Yeah, so Thieves Town was behind GT's rando room, basically.
Yeah, because Fire Rod was there. So it's actually very far into logic. Yeah, like I felt that Laser Bridge was super close. It was just walk a little and it's there. So yeah, this is sub 150, definitely, because Goomba will kill Trinex, and if Turtle Rock upper is in Dark Ward, he just has to save and quit to get to Ganon.
How much you want to bet Turtle Rock upper is one of the Mire entrances?
I think we saw Turtle Rock entrance. We just never saw Turtle Rock left and right.
You're right, I apologize.
I mean, that's a pretty dream seed. Never getting Turtle Rock left or right makes Change from Room garbage, which is good. You never want to do Change from Room.
Never seeing the Mire area at all?
Yeah, this is also good. Goomba must feel super good about this race, because he did not do Agabate. Oh, he's getting it from foot. Not saving quit. Oh yeah, he did not kill Aga actually, so he cannot do it.
Yeah, he hasn't done Aga Tower, so...
Yeah.
Taking the portal from 5 instead of Swamp, I think this is slightly faster than going to Link's house and going down. 5
is better when you have boots. No question asked. If you
Yeah.
have boots, 5 is definitely 100% faster.
Lots
If you
of
don't
straight
have
lines.
boots, it's about the same, but I think 5 is still faster.
I will have to remember that on Monday. Thank you. Meanwhile, Schulzer has gone into the back of Skullwoods and found Thieves Town.
Yeah, he will
So-
hit go mode about at the same time that Goomba completely finishes the seed. Yeah, Goomba is looking at 149 actually, which is insane. What a fight.
Yeah, this is a very quick Ganon.
He was very happy about this Somalia being right there, but he knows that his Agatora play probably killed him in this race. Oh my god. Goomba is doing it. 149.
I don't know if Aga Tower by itself was the distance, but it definitely would have been a lot closer. So GG's to Goomba.
Yeah, GG. I think Goomba still wins, even if Schulzer does not Agatora, but it would have been like less than a minute between them.
With a time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 57 seconds.
Yeah, what a time.
That's amazing. I think Schulzer might have just seen it as well.
Yeah, he has seen it. I saw it when Goomba timed, he shook his head. He probably he will probably finish. It's like 5 minutes. It's like 6 minutes at most. He killed Aga, so he just has to save and quit after Trinex.
Goomba will not be joining us for an interview, just to let you guys know.
Okay.
That's okay. Definitely after after that work and pulling off the 8-0 run through the Swiss, take a load off and relax. Goomba has earned it.
Definitely. He will just probably be happy watching the play-in race.
This finished too fast. I have no idea who I'm going to raid now.
Looks like we should have a few minutes to sort
Still got
it out.
time though.
Yeah, we have a lot of time. Schulzer will need 5 minutes to finish the seed. Then we'll probably want to do interview.
If they'd like to talk, we'd be happy to. And if they don't, that's okay too. It's just been a blast to get to be a part of this, so thank you guys.
So, yeah.
Andy's live, so there's somebody.
Well, Schulzer can be still super happy about this. He got a 7-1. He's number 2 seed now of the tournament, which is still absolutely insane. He will just not need to play the play-in race, which is a very stressful race. And
I want to say that there's a total of 4 or 5 different 7-1 racers by the time we're done with this, and
that's not a lot.
And then 16 or 17 people fighting for the last 10 spots at 6 and 2, which will be an amazing race here. I want to say, is it a week from today?
I think it's I think it's that, yeah.
Unless it changes the way that they have it set up right now, it's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern on next Saturday. There's some discussion still ongoing with that, but that's what it was set for originally. There's a few people who are bad time zone for that, which is why they're discussing it, but right now that's what it looks like.
Because 2 a.m. for one player is actually super bad for him.
Yeah, I think at least one of the players that's make it to 6 and 2 is either Australian time or somewhere about that range. So
Japanese, I believe.
Okay, yeah, Japan's just an hour earlier than Australia, so yeah, that would be starting in the middle of the night.
It's hard to please everyone with a race like this because you have America, Europe, and Japan, Australia, which is pretty unfortunate as time zones are.
Crosskeys is a worldwide phenomenon, and with a staff and a group putting together a tournament like this, why wouldn't the whole globe want to be involved?
Yeah. Well, that's actually how do I say it? Well, this is like Crosskeys, right? You are doing entrances to get over the world, so time zones is the same thing.
Oh, that's a great point. Yeah, you do have to cross the entire world multiple times, and sometimes wearing a bunny suit. So Schulzer, having made very quick work of the first two phases of Ganon.
Yeah, very good fight.
I'm gonna guess
he will do the same thing as Goomba.
Yep, double, and we're done.
Yeah, well, he's a little less than 6 minutes behind, which is very good against Goomba. Especially if you have done a completely useless dungeon.
Yeah, this was an amazing performance by both of our runners.
You remove Agatowa from the equation, and he's less than a minute behind, I'm pretty sure. And we are joined by Schulzer. GG's. Yeah.
Was it tough in the early game, and in the end it just didn't work out how I thought it did?
Well, there is one big difference between you and Goomba in this seed, and is that Goomba never did Agatowa.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Like, I had a chance at that point. I did Agatowa. I'm either gonna full clear ice, and then I'm just gonna hope that Seastown is somewhere, and then that King of Somalia shows up in Seastown. But I just went for item density instead. Checked Agatowa first because I had a chest lying there and wanted to not be. I wanted the seed not being a jet seed. Did not quite work out in the end. And it just didn't work out how I thought it did.
We kept waiting for the mitts to show up to take you guys down those last few rabbit holes, and just no such luck.
Yeah, I was expecting mitts to show up somewhere. I was hoping that Seastown would be behind mid, so I need to find 2 items for go mode. And after I found Somalia and Seastown, I basically knew I was boned at that point. And like 1 minute after, Goomba finished, and I knew I made a wrong decision. But I don't know if I would have made it in time if I would have gone for ice and then to Seastown directly.
I think you're less than a minute behind, but you're still behind if you don't do Agatowa. Yeah. But it's super close if you don't do it, because there's not only Agatowa, there's the 2 fetch quest items that you got out of it.
Also, I never activate flute. I don't know. It must be close.
Yeah. Goomba got this flute like less than 1 hour into the seed.
I feel like that we both were in Swamp Palace like probably at the same time.
You got the Moon Pearl exactly at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Like there's 10 seconds between you for Moon Pearl.
Yeah, there was definitely a point coming through, I want to say, Village of Outcasts and doing those checks where you both were very much in sync, and there was also a nice high five moment where one of you came out of Ganon's tower for the first time, right as the other one went into it for the first time.
Yeah.
With that hookshot connector.
And another high five in Eastern Palace when you both did Crystal.
Oh yeah, that Eastern Palace early was so dumb. I normally would go in, but I found the Eastern Palace bigger already. And with the lamp in hand, also I was expecting a boat to show up soon, and of course, dipping Eastern Palace is then hard to quiet in the seat. I was a little bit sad about that one.
I think at the very start, the main difference was that I want to say Goomba dove straight into Eastern, and then when you saw Eastern, I think you stepped back out and then came back to it a little later.
Yeah, which is very understandable.
I also thought that after I saw the flute, I also thought that Goomba had a flute before Moon Pearl, but I don't know.
He got Moon Pearl before flute. But since he got the Moon Pearl on Saraswara, he went back into Desert Palace, into the Spy Cave entrance instantly, and got his flute right there.
Yeah, makes sense. Because it's on the way to port, but I took the portal down. I guess I could have checked it as well. Probably a mistake on my part.
He did not go back to pod because he already went to pod out of logic as a bunny and got his gloves and flippers at this point.
Yeah.
So he did not care about pod at all.
Yeah, he had flippers, I think, within 15 or 20 minutes, so...
I can guess.
Yeah, getting an out of logic glove and out of logic flippers is super huge because you can rule out a lot of Moon Pearl dumb placements.
Yeah, the early glove and the early flute didn't, or the late middle-ish flute didn't matter too much because I was, at that point we were just going for dark checks anyway and we fluted like once or twice after that.
Yeah,
so that wasn't the worst. I could have finished the game without flute entirely.
Yeah, Goomba did not use flute much in this seed. You had very good connectors in this seed. He used it like once or twice to go to this mountain faster. That's it.
But even then, there was a connector on this mountain, and you had a start point on this mountain.
Well, the connector is just a little slower than flute, but not by much. So flute saved him some time, but not much.
Yeah, I made a bunch of little mistakes in the seed. I felt like forgetting to use Milo at Dark Shopping Mall or to get Ice Palace earlier.
Ice Palace entrance was found super fast by Goomba because he got Mirror like 4 minutes into the seed.
Oh yeah, I was mad about that Mirror turning up so late for me. Because I knew there was something behind that Mirror.
There was one early moment where you seemed to be very excited, but it was a 300 rupees pickup about 5 or 10 minutes into that seed.
Yes, I skipped Julian.
Yeah. That actually saves some time if you get to 300, so good job.
The hype was infectious from up here in the booth, so we really enjoyed that. So the one thing I'm curious about is how are you going to spend your bye week next weekend? You got any good plans to relax for the play-in game?
There's no playing game for him.
Exactly. That's my point. He gets to skip it.
Yeah, I wanted to win this one because then you had probably an easier opponent for the first week of the brackets, but Goomba is strong as well. Now I can basically get anyone who gets finished 7-1 or 6-2, but it's gonna be interesting in the bracket stage.
Well,
but I enjoy the week off, not having the stress of doing the 16 player big race.
Yeah. Also, you're probably seed 2 since your only defeat is against the 8-0. So seed 2 is still near seed 1 for opponent level.
Yeah, I got a bit unlucky this game, so I took So I tried to gamble a bit in the end game, but that didn't work out.
I thought from my vantage point, it was a masterful performance. I thought both of you did a wonderful job today, and you're a hell of a lot faster than I am, so I learned a lot.
Yeah, this was super good. You both had super good execution in this hit, so that was a pleasure to watch.
But thanks you for commentating. I think I covered most of the match. I'm fine with losing this one. But yeah, it happens. Crosskeys, gonna Crosskeys. But I'm back for brackets. That's for sure.
Yeah, better lose this one than first game in brackets.
Yes.
So we can't wait to see how the brackets go, and hopefully it's a really deep run for both of you. Maybe we'll get another rematch at some point.
Could happen. Definitely not in the first round.
I think that would be. I think that might be a little bit of mean of the rando to match you two right back up after a week
I don't
off.
think it's possible actually.
Yeah, that's not
Seed
possible.
1 and 2, that's definitely not possible.
I'm not C2 probably because 7-1s get mixed up again and the 6-2s get mixed up. But all of 8 zeros and 7-1s should be in the top half. So I should get one from 6-2 range, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, we'll see if Challenge does the organizing, or if the admins are nice enough to seed the brackets. You never know, but it should be fun to watch. So did we ever have a did we ever find a good raid target?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over to Andy. I was just waiting for you guys to be all set.
I think I've managed to throw out everything I can think of, other than a very big thank you, both to the runners for putting on such a wonderful race, to Alka here, the co-couch, making it not feel like it's my first time doing this in such a big deal. And both of our trackers just did a masterful job. I never felt like I didn't know what was going on. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, thank you for coming to commentate this seed with me, and thank you for the restreamer and Trackers for making this possible, because we did not know if we would be able to restream this one, so it's good.
Yeah, that's on me. I was looking for it to pop back up, and I just missed it when it popped back up from the reschedule from yesterday morning. So,
Yeah, so
all right. Well, I'll add my thanks to everyone else's. Thanks to the trackers and the comms, and to the runners. Of course, the runners, because the runners are the ones that make this actually be possible. There is so much going on today on ZSR. You got, I don't know, pick a game and you pretty much got some Zelda game and you pretty much got something going on today that you can watch. There's Breath of the Wild, there's Majora's Mask, Zelda 2, got some Minish Cap, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker. There may be another Crosskeys race in a little bit. Tomorrow, got a bunch of stuff going on too, but the big notes for tomorrow is the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 4 Challenge Cup Grand Finals. Games 1 and 2 going to start at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on the main channel. So those are the big ones for tomorrow. Those two, and then there's all kinds of other stuff going on. Minish Cap, maybe some Crosskeys, more Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, all kinds of fun stuff. So for now, though, I'm going to send you guys over to Andy because he's doing a inverted all dungeons ridiculousness thing, and he's only about a half an hour in. So I hope you all have a good day, and thank you for watching.